Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live stream by the World of NeuroGraphica. My name is Lana. Shalom. I'm a certified instructor 2018. I'm a certified instructor and coach in NeuroGraphica. And today we're going to discuss the 10 principles of NeuroGraphica and how they relate to everything around us. What are the 10 principles? Why are we here? What are we doing? I would like to invite you to see a series of wonderful images that I created that might help you understand better what we're planning to discuss today. Also, I would like to note that today's session, the intro to NeuroGraphica, where we're discussing the 10 principles of NeuroGraphica, is the intro to the basics course. We're starting the basics course in NeuroGraphica. This is the basics. This is how the foundation of NeuroGraphic. This is where we're going to discuss, where I will be teaching, I will be relating the meaning of NeuroGraphica, what NeuroGraphica is, how it started, what are the main ideas within NeuroGraphica, and most importantly, how you can learn to draw NeuroGraphica and start utilizing it within your life. Okay? I'm inviting you within this adventure to NeuroGraphica, the world of NeuroGraphica, the wonderful, beautiful world of NeuroGraphica. Okay, let's see something. Just want to make sure that you guys are here, because I see some people. Okay, let's see. I just want to make sure that my Facebook Live is working. Let's see. Am I here? Excellent. Yes, I am. Okay. And if there are any comments, I would be able to see. Excellent. Okay. So, excellent. Just want to make sure, and a few people wanted to join me. They were asking me about this event. So I just want to make sure that you guys see me streaming live. Excellent. Yes, you do. So let's discuss something so amazing that's called the 10 principles of NeuroGraphica. What it really is the basics, is the foundation. It's going to be directly related to what we will learn and discuss in the basics course. And that's why I figured I usually actually do the pyramid of consciousness, but I've done a few sessions on the pyramid, and you can find it, they're open sessions. You can find it on my YouTube channel, Lana Shalom. And today I decided, as an intro, let's do the 10 principles. I love the number 10. 10 is such a basic number. 1 second, let me send somebody a... 1 second, somebody's asking me for the way to join. So let's do this. I'm going to send her a link. Okay. Okay, wait. My apologies. Sometimes this happens when you go live. Live streaming sometimes takes time. Just make sure. This is a new student who really wanted to join. So, okay. Okay. So let's continue. Okay. So number 10 is such an amazing number, and it's very significant. As we know, 10 is really the basis. Is if we go to the very origins of creation of the world, 10 is the number that we can pinpoint. 10 is the amount of phrases that it took to create the world, okay? In the biblical sense, in the Bible, it does say that God created the world. How did it create? And the commentary says it's happened within the 10 phrases. Another way to explain this would be the 10 principles of how the world operates. Okay, we know that there are 7 days, and that's again related to the 7 steps within NeuroGraphica that we again discuss in details during the Pyramid of Consciousness. Welcome to find that video on my YouTube channel. 10 is the basis of the creation. And I find it to be so significant that in NeuroGraphica, we have the 10 principles. Let's start looking at the 10 principles. Let's start understanding what are the principles about? What can we do and how we can understand this? Okay, I'll read you the 10 principles all together, and then we will discuss this in details, okay? So 10 principles are broken into 2 parts. And again, I find it to be so amazing that it's, again, it has relevance to the other 10 major understanding of the world, the 10 commandments, right? And again, in 10 commandments, we have 2 parts. I actually have an open video how to draw. We drew a 10 commandments like about 6-7 months ago. And it was an amazing, amazing drawing because that's exactly what we discussed. There are 2 parts to the 10 commandments. One part discusses the understanding of human to the relation to the God, to the, to the vast, to something beyond the world, to the universe. And the second part is the discussion of the relationship between a human being with another human being. It's so interesting. I want to tell you that in the 10 principles of NeuroGraphica, we also have 2 parts, and they're also divided in half. The first part of the principles, the first 5 principles, is understanding how NeuroGraphical art relates to the way the human being functions, the way he acts, the way he thinks or she thinks and feels, the psychology. And the second 5 parts will be the understanding of the graphical world, the art world. But altogether, they will bring us to the deeper understanding of what is NeuroGraphica? How do we relate to it? Is it really, truly something, it's very popular now. And at one point, people find it to be like magical, whatever you draw comes true. And sometimes it's good to have something mystical, but sometimes it's important to have an understanding, to be able to consciously and logically, well, not so much logically, but more or less consciously bring it within the understanding of your mind, within the understanding of the human, the human conception, the human perception of the world, okay? So here are the 10 principles, but we'll go and start looking at them one by one. The first principle is that image integrates meanings. What does it mean, even integrate meanings? If we select one single image, this image will give us an option to have different meanings associated with it. Let's say we're looking at the hand, the picture of the hand on the far right hand side, right? The NeuroGraphica style picture of the hand. The hand may have different meanings to different people. One meaning could be that I draw with my hand. Another meaning could be that I use my hand to create anything in this world, right? Cooking, cleaning, everything we do in this world happens with the use of our hands. Hands are the tools through which we integrate, we socialize, we talk to the world, and also it's the ways through which we create. So the hand can have so many different meanings to it, right? The hand can be hugs. that you're hugging somebody, you're hugging your child, you're hugging your mother, you're hugging your sister, your brother, your friend, right? Hugs are also initiated through the use of hands. So one single image, right, can have so many different meanings to it. And that's why it's so important for us to understand that a single image that can have different meanings. When we draw NeuroGraphica, we bring within one stroke of line, within one shape, we may have different meanings. And our consciousness supplies those meanings. Some of them may be conscious, and some of them may be subconscious or unconscious. And that's the importance of it, that within one image, we can bring so many meanings, we can touch upon, start opening this layer where we can enter our subconscious and start understanding, what does this mean to you? What does the picture of a hand mean to you? If you look at the further left picture, the picture of a girl in a yellow dress, kind of traveling or swimming, whatever you want to say, in a huge umbrella in water, right? And there's even rain going on one side. That image, I actually have an open session about that as well, where we specifically, I show through this image how you can take this image and have so many different meanings, and there's so many different interpretations. And remember, each person has their own meaning and their own interpretation for each picture. There's an open session on my YouTube called Mac Cards in NeuroGraphica, and you can watch it, and it will discuss in details this specific image and how, you know, one image can invoke different associations, different meanings to different people. But this is the important part. NeuroGraphica is a living art. When we draw NeuroGraphica, we work directly with the human soul. So each drawing, and that's what we actually learn in details during the basics course. Each drawing we accompany by the careful observation of your inner state and your body reactions, okay? Your emotions, your feelings, your thoughts, your the body sensation, okay? And all of this will bring meanings and understandings to what we are trying to draw, and most importantly, what we are trying to achieve within that drawing. Let's go next. The second principle is called meanings contain states of mind. This is a very philosophical statement, but I do want to let you know that what that means is that each person, this is a continuation. I do want to note to you that each principle is kind of a continuation of the principle before that, okay? So if this is the first principle, the second principle, meanings contain states of mind, is a continuation of the fact that with one image, we have different meanings associated. So each meaning opens up different states of mind, okay? If we're looking at this tree, okay, it may remind me of the tree that I used to sit by when I would visit my grandmother's house in the country. But also looking at this image may remind me that, you know, fruits grow on trees. It also reminds me of, oh, maybe I want to eat an apple. Okay, there are different states of mind. One took me into the past, reminded me of the tree when I used to have, you know, when I used to visit my grandmother. The second one, hi, Lana, hi, Anna. Okay, I can see now that you see me because I saw you messaged me. Okay, welcome. The second image that I had was about the fact that, you know, fruits grow on trees. It's like a scientific state of mind, right? The third one started taking me to my bodily association that I started thinking, oh, maybe I want to eat an apple. Different meanings, whatever meaning that you open up with this image, with whatever image you are looking at or you are drawing, will bring different states of mind within you, will open up different perceptions of who you are in this world. And remember, with each NeuroGraphica picture, we always set a goal. So each goal will bring its own meanings, and each goal will bring its own states of mind. It's important for us to connect to that state of mind because that may contain a solution to whatever task we're trying to accomplish, okay? The third principle is called the problems are the creation of our thinking mind. I want to explain that everybody in this universe, you know, we have different creations, different creatures. We have animals, we have insects, we have sea life creatures, right? Flying creatures. One creature has something unique to it. One creature has a mind, not just a mind, but a thinking mind. It has been proven by scientists that many creatures, different animals have different brains, right? Different sizes of brains and all of that. One creature that's a human being has something we call a mind. It's not just a physical brain, but it's actually a mind that thinks, okay? And the mind, the thinking mind, always works as a perception to what's happening in one's environment, okay? Human being constantly has a thinking process going on. And that thinking process is a great thing when we need to find a solution, when we need to solve a mathematical problem. But sometimes the thinking mind will bring you something that we call a problem. The problem is like when we're trying to figure something out and our minds start giving us different solutions. The solutions are based on our past. The solutions are based on something we heard somebody say or somebody explain it to us. And maybe somebody trying to fear us, scare us, or maybe somebody trying to cheer us up. But this thinking is constantly associated. It's a creation. And that's when we start creating a problem. Any issue, any task we have in our life is the creation of our mind. It's our perception. Remember, the mind is what we perceive. When I look around and I see a picture on the wall, my picture, I have two things coming up. Either I like the picture, I'm going to get happy, I'm going to get satisfied, or I'm going to be unhappy, I'm going to be unsatisfied. We're entering the world of duality. Okay, I'm either happy or I'm not happy. And I constantly have to deal with those two, two states of my mind. Okay, am I happy? Am I not happy? Do I like the picture? Do I not like the picture? Do I like this color? Do I not like this color? Do the shapes make me happy or they make me unhappy? All of this is a creation of my mind. So when we start NeuroGraphica, when we draw NeuroGraphica, we go beyond the mind. That's one of the reasons why we do the phenomenology practice. When we go into our mind, into our emotions, into our physical sensation, we start the intellectual process of the intellectual is not enough though. We'll go further than intellectual. We're going beyond intellectuality because sometimes the mind takes over our world. We're used to thinking, especially in the Western world, we're used to thinking and rethinking and overthinking everything that happens to us. When we start going further, when we start paying attention to our bodily sensations, we start paying attention, what do I feel? And then we also pay attention to our thought. We turn into something bigger. We turn into some kind of amazing meaning that will bring us toward something we call harmony. Okay. And that will bring us to the next principle, which says solutions have bionic quality. Whatever we draw in NeuroGraphica, we start going toward the solution. We have a task, we have an issue in our mind that we're trying to not just get rid of, but we're trying to transform. We're trying to bring it to a positive solution. And when we start drawing, it brings us something beyond what we can just perceive, something beyond what we can see, we can think, something beyond what we can see with our eyes, something beyond what we can touch, right? It brings us into something called unconscious. And this is the important principle. The solution to a problem is always something beyond what we think, beyond what our world resonates, beyond the way we usually socialize with the universe. The solution lies within our body, within our nature, okay? Our experience. It's a part of us that's living in natural. Saying that the solution only lies within intellectuality, saying that you can always think of a solution to any problem, is not real. It's also invented. The solution has a bionic quality. The solution is part of the nature, part of who we are, like part of our DNA. When we start drawing NeuroGraphica, we start going into that DNA, but we do it on a subconscious level because that lies so deep within us. Our mind has no access to it. So we try to go in a different realm. And NeuroGraphica gives us that possibility. It gives us a possibility to go beyond. Go beyond what we feel, what we think, connect it all together, and go into our subconscious where the answer lies. And that will bring us to harmony. Harmony is what makes a person happy. Harmony is what brings joy and the feeling of satisfaction to a human being. Okay? When a person reaches harmony, his body manifestation says, I am happy. The person starts smiling. The person starts having happy thoughts. Start having a different, again, like we talked about, the different state of mind. We actually discussed, as you can see, we have pictures of mandala. So the mandala is something we draw during the neuromandala course. Neuromandala course is about learning how to bring harmony to your life on the level of NeuroGraphica. When people start drawing NeuroGraphica and when they specifically go through all 7 steps that we will discuss during the basics course, the main 7 steps of achieving harmony with yourself is when you go through each step in NeuroGraphica and you come to a satisfactory solution. When you look at your picture and it gives you joy, it gives you this idea that, yes, this is possible. I can do this. Restores your self-esteem, restores your self-reliance. And you understand that the universe supports you, your subconscious supports you, your whole being supports you. And that will lead to satisfaction, what we're looking for. Whenever we draw NeuroGraphica, whenever we start any process where we are trying to achieve any solution, any answer to our task. This 5 major, the first part of the principles, again, had to explain why NeuroGraphica makes sense to us. Why do we need to draw NeuroGraphica? Why are so many people drawn to NeuroGraphica in the first place? The second part, the other 5 principles we will discuss now, has to do with the graphical interpretation, the graphical solution that we bring. But nonetheless, I want to let you know that we will, again, bring the most important object within our drawing. Remember, the main object in NeuroGraphica is the subject himself, meaning the person is always the main object, okay? So when people draw NeuroGraphica and ask me, Lana, do you like my picture? I always ask them back, what do you think? Do you like your picture? It's really irrelevant whether I like your picture or not. Most important thing is, how do you feel about this picture? What are your bodily reactions? What do you think? What do you feel? And that's the important part. The 6th principle is called the universe fits upon the tip of the marker. And that has to do with objects in our life. The author, I want to let you know that the 10 principles were comprised by Pavel Piskaryov, the founder of NeuroGraphica, the founder of this amazing revolutionary transformational tool and method. And, he says something very simple. All you have to do, he says, is just pick up that marker and start making a mark on the paper. Just putting a dot on the paper will forever change the state of that paper. It's not a white paper anymore. It's a paper with a dot. And that dot has a meaning. And that meaning will open up your states of mind, and you will start having feelings and associations and perceptions about that dot. And he says further on, continue that dot. Turn that dot into a short line, then turn it into a long line. And in the basics course, we specifically will be discussing one of the main basics assets, Piskarov's line, which is also called the neuro line. Whenever you look at the NeuroGraphica picture, it has a very specific way of drawing. You can see it in this picture on the right side. It has the wavy lines, but it's a specific way the wavy lines are made, okay? The wavy lines, the way you draw the way you draw the waves has a meaning, has an association, has a important quality attached to it. Excuse me. We actually learned the different ways we can draw a line and the meanings it contains during the neurosketching course. All of our courses, by the way, are available in a pre-recording format, and you can find them in the World of NeuroGraphica group or the World of NeuroGraphica page. You're welcome to contact me if you're interested in any specific course or any specific understanding of NeuroGraphica and you're not sure which course it is. Just PM me, message me, and let me know what part of NeuroGraphica you're interested in learning. Is it the neurolines? Is it the shapes? And I will kind of direct you toward the right course to take with us. So again, the universe, the whole universe can fit upon one marker. All you have to do is just take that marker and let's make a mark. The seventh principle says, any task has a graphical solution. What does that mean? What that means is that any task, any goal, any issue we have, anything we're looking for answers in life can be turned into a graphical language, into a sign, into a symbol. The symbol is the basis for visual thinking, okay? And as soon as we draw a symbol of something, we have an understanding, we have an association of that symbol, and drawing that symbol, adding the right color, adding the right line to it, can bring the transformation of that symbol. I'll give you an example. The pictures that you see on the further right upper side, okay, the mandala. This is actually called the mandala of meanings, okay? Again, it's a part of our neuromandala course. And what happened is, I'm going to give you a hint. You know, you see how each circle within the mandala has the same kind of symbols, the same kind of shapes repeating itself. So in this mandala, each symbol is associated with something that was so important and relevant to me at that moment. For example, I'll give you an example. Let's say the symbol of a rainbow, let's say association with my family. The symbol of a circle on the bottom, right across from the rainbow, is an association with, let's say, something I'm looking within my practice. Whenever I draw this, each of the symbol has a special meaning, association. When I drew it within every level of the mandala, I gave it a specific, I started transforming it. I started adding a specific color, a specific shape. You know, when I add the neural lines, I add a specific understanding. And remember the phenomenologies. This is something we will be discussing in details during the basics course. The phenomenologies, the way we perceive the world. What do I think about it? What do I feel about it? And how do I feel? What is the bodily sensation at this specific moment as I look at this image? What am I experiencing? This is so important for all of these aspects to be taken into consideration whenever we draw. And this is how we start transforming everything and anything in our world. The business, the personal life, inner harmony, communication, everything has, as the principle suggests, a graphical solution. All you have to do, remember what we did in here, pick up a marker, make a dot, and turn that dot into a symbol. Is it a circle? Is it a square? Is it a triangle? Each shape has a specific meaning within NeuroGraphica. We discussed this in detail during the neurocomposition course. I'm inviting you to take that course with us as well. I do want to note, any course you want to take with us, if you mention this, oops, 1 second, if you mention the fact that you watched this video, you can get 15% off any course within within the world of NeuroGraphica, okay? So make sure you mention that you watched this video, and I promised you 15% off, and I will be happy to give it to you, okay? The 8th principle states, paper has no boundaries. This is a phenomenological statement. I do want to let you know. As human beings, we're so used to the idea that everything in this world has a limitation, has finity. Nothing is an infinite in this world, right? Only things that we cannot, all the physical things in our world has finity, has limitation, can finish at one point. What cannot finish? Some emotions, right? Love can be infinite, right? Happiness can be infinite. People work on it their whole life to make sure that happiness stays unlimited within their world, okay? And we actually learned that more and more during the neurosynthesis course, where we discuss in details how we can bring happiness to every single aspect in our life, how we can wake up in the morning and be happy, bring happiness to you right away. Start your day with happiness. And what Pavel started saying, he started saying, that physical entity that you have, a piece of paper that you take to draw, it can have no boundaries. And you start thinking about it. It's a very philosophical statement, right? Like, how can paper have no boundaries? We know paper has a size, right? The printing paper, the size is 8.5 by 11. And once you get to the edge of the paper, you're finished, right? Pavel says, no. What you can do, you take a bigger paper and you put it underneath the smaller paper. And now your paper, your drawing, your neural line or your shapes can go further. And once you reach the boundaries of the next paper, guess what? You can go bigger and bigger. We actually practice this innovative thinking within the specialist course. Remember, the specialist course will take place in August, right after the basics course, okay? The basics course will be the first 2 weeks in August, and Sundays. In August, I'm teaching on Sundays because I know a lot of people ask me for Sunday classes. And right after that, the next 2 weeks will be the specialist course. That's very, very important. I would like to bring that to you. The specialist course is where we start integrating. We bring the professional. I will make a separate video about the specialist course, separate live meeting. But if you go into the philosophical thinking of what Pavel is trying to tell us, he says, imagine this piece of paper as just like a puzzle piece. You know how when we gather a puzzle, we just have puzzle pieces, and we cannot fully understand how the picture will look fully unless we put all the puzzle pieces inside that puzzle. And then we generate a huge picture, and we can have an understanding of what picture is trying to tell us. When we see one little tiny puzzle piece, we have a hard time understanding, what is it? Is it a piece of a human head? Can you please exit? Sorry. Sorry, my daughter wanted to say something. Is it a piece of the circle? Is it a piece of the shape? Is it a piece of the tree? We don't know. It's just a puzzle piece. Same thing relates to our picture. When I look at this picture of the tree, right? This is a neuro tree again, but we actually learn how to draw the neuro tree in the specialist course. It's one of the most popular algorithms in NeuroGraphic. I just want to let you know. One of the most amazing, one of the most metaphorical. And in the specialist course, I specifically, within my specialist course, I bring lots of specific explanations of what the tree represents to you on many various metaphorical levels. When I look at this picture, I am not bound by the boundaries by where the picture ends. In my mind, my imagination goes further and I see the tree growing bigger and higher. And I understand that this picture, even though it may have a boundary on a physical level, right? There is an edge of the paper, but in my mind, the neural lines continue and I see more circles that stand here for resources. And my tree grows bigger and higher and wider. And I understand that the drawing has no borders or boundaries. This is just a piece, one tiny piece of the puzzle, one tiny piece of my bigger picture of my life. Because remember, the tree is a representation of my life. Remember, in NeuroGraphic, an object of the drawing is always a subject. So when I draw the tree, it's really a metaphorical meaning of me, myself, who I am in my life. What am I trying to achieve? And that has no borders or boundaries. Remember, you can achieve anything you want in your life. And I want to tell you, this is probably my favorite principle. Although I find all principles to be so meaningful, so philosophical, so mind-blowing. Honestly, we can have an hour of discussion for each of the principles. Okay, well, we will go on because remember, the next principle will be built upon the previous one. And we're saying the world is made up of shapes and lines. When we look at the world, look at this. We see the picture of the universe. We have circles, the planets, and the lines. And this is important to understand that a lot of people, if you look at regular art, what is so unique about NeuroGraphica? Why is NeuroGraphica, standing out among the array of other artistic developments and artistic directions? EUROGRAPHICA has something very unique. We discussed this in a few principles ago, the neural line. A lot of art you see, like even if you take Kandinsky, right? Kandinsky is famous for drawing squares, beautiful, beautiful squares. I'm sorry, not Kandinsky. What's his name? Pierre, I forgot. Forgot about it. We actually use it during the neurosketching course. Not Modigliani, but I forgot. What is the name of that person? The guy who draws squares, the famous artist who draws squares, okay? Oh, Mondrian, there you go. I'm like, it's not Modigliani, I know that. Mondrian, Piet Mondrian, right? He's famous for drawing beautiful squares, different colors. He adds meaning to them. How is NeuroGraphica different? NeuroGraphica has something so important. We have a line. The line is what connects the shapes together. It has meaning, associations, right? It's like saying I have a right hand and I have a left hand, I have a right foot and I have a left foot. But the meaning of it is that all of these body parts are part of your body. You connect them all together with the neural line. Neural line is for connecting and bringing the meaning and saying, how I see all the shapes. If you look on the lower left picture, I have different shapes here, right? I have a diamond, I have a few circles here, and they're all connected. They all create a single image within my mind. And I know it's connected to me because all of these different shapes are different aspects of me. When I add a neural line, I connect it all together and say, this is my goal that I'm looking to achieve. This is a part of my life. And that's the important part, that the world is made of shapes and lines and they are connected together. That's how NeuroGraphica makes sense to us. That's how we understand it. NeuroGraphica is much more than just a drawing. It's much more, I always say NeuroGraphica is beyond than just being a neuro art. NeuroGraphica gives you meanings and associations and perceptions that are beyond the regular conscious understanding. And then we're going to the 10th principle. And it says something very simple. It says drawing is easy. And that takes us back, remember, to the very first principle of the second part. When we say all you need to do is just pick up a marker and make a mark, and that will turn into something different. It will turn into a symbol that makes sense to us. To you, it may look like a regular circle and square and a rainbow, but to me, it has a special meaning. And that's the important part. And we understand that our imagination, the way we can create, the creativity we have in life, has no borders or boundaries. And when we create symbols and then connect them together through the line, create something much more beyond what our life brings, much more beyond than what we may understand or we may want in life. I actually learned this a lot during the NeuroGoal session, the course, where we discussed the goal is just the first step to achieving what you need to do. Okay, it's like playing chess. You always play 3 steps ahead. You always think, you make a step, but you in your mind always think, what will happen after the step? And you always have to be ahead 3 steps. My brother is a master in chess, so I'm very keen on those things. My kids love chess. So this is what it is, it's a philosophical understanding. And then we have an understanding that drawing is easy. Pick up a marker, start drawing, and you'll see your life starts transforming right before your eyes. You will bring meaning, you will bring harmony, you will bring satisfaction. Whatever it is you're looking for, the least it's going to do is make you feel good, because that's what we achieve whenever a person draws. Art is known to have a special effect on the human mind, on the human brain, on the emotional state of a human being. It makes you happy. NeuroGraphica will bring happiness and satisfaction to you. And you can join us at the basics course. We're starting next Sunday, August 8th and August 15th. This month, I'm making it on Sundays because I know a lot of people ask me. But remember, if you can't make it on Sunday, that's okay. Do you know why? Because all of our sessions have recordings. They're all recorded, just like this session now that we're having. It will be on my YouTube channel. So if you didn't watch it from the beginning and you want to see it, and sometimes people don't like to go through the whole feed, you're welcome to come to my YouTube channel. It's called Lana Shalom. Very easy to find. And you can see the way my name is spelled over here, Lana Shalom. And you will find all of the videos that I have, a lot and lots of open sessions in NeuroGraphica that you can start getting familiar with what NeuroGraphica is and seeing, is that something you would want to, to start bringing into your life? And I'm going to give you a hint. It's very addictive. People who start drawing NeuroGraphica, they will all agree with me. Once you start drawing NeuroGraphic, you can't stop. It brings you to the state of mind where everything is possible, where your creativity has no borders and boundaries, where you bring harmony and satisfaction to anything you start to draw. Any task you have will find a solution. In NeuroGraphica, the basics course will give you the basic understanding. What do we do to bring all of those objects to our life, all of the states within our life? I will give you the basics course includes the deeper understanding of the 10 principles, the practical implication of the 10 principles we discussed today, the 7 steps of NeuroGraphica, the pyramid of consciousness, which you can actually start watching now by going again to my channel. I have at least, I believe, 2 or 3 live videos that I did with the pyramid of consciousness. We will actually be practicing every session. Remember, each session is 4 hours. Out of them, 3 hours will be hands-on practice. We will take break in between, like every hour, every 2 hours, as people want. But we will have deep hands-on practice. I will actually show you how to draw the neural line so that it goes according to the rules of NeuroGraphica. What are the rules of NeuroGraphica? Is there rules? It looks like something, like one of my friends, it looks like child's doodling. But yes, there are rules. Anything and everything has rules. In order to achieve anything in life, we need to follow those rules, because the rules are bringing us exactly what we're looking: harmony, satisfaction, understanding. color, adding color. We're going to learn how to add color. And we're going to learn the most important thing. What is the meaning? Why do I want NeuroGraphica? And another name I always give to the basics course is self-coaching. How you can achieve finding a solution for anything, any task in your life by starting to draw NeuroGraphica. We call it self-coaching. No need to go find time to go to appointments to psychologists or coaches. You can do this yourself. All you have to do is pick up a marker. Or in this case, all you have to do is PM me, and I'll give you all the details. I will also put in the comment under this video, I will put the link to the basics course event so you can read the details. The prices, we have a special till tomorrow. Today is August 1st. Tomorrow is August 2nd. I'm giving you 24 hours, guys. So let's say tomorrow, 12 o'clock, 12 p.m. by tomorrow. By that time, I'm giving you $50 off our regular price. Our regular price is $200 if you want to learn the basics course and get your certification, and $150 if you don't want a certification, just want to attend courses and just draw and learn on your own without having the necessary. What the certification involves is supervision, deep supervision by me. I will be guiding you. And then I will give you a certification, an official certification by the Institute of Psychology of Creativity, which is the only place, which is the institute founded by Pavel Piskarev, and that's the only place that gives you that certification. I am certified and registered to give you the certification from the institute's point of view, and that involves a certified version of the course. If you want the non-certified, please, you're welcome to join us. Now, remember, the deal is that both versions, by the way, include asking questions. If you need personal consultation, you're welcome to contact me, PM me. I'll be happy to give it to you, answering question, direct support. Again, by tomorrow, 12 p.m., I'm giving you 24 hours. If you want to sign up, you get $50 off. And then your certified version of the course will be only $150. And the non-certified will be only $100. That's a steal. I must tell you that, okay? You're getting 25% off. $50 is a great discount on EUROGRAPHIC. I just want to let you know. And remember, if you watch this video and you want to buy other courses, let's say you already passed the basics course, you want to buy other videos with us, please mention that you watched this video and I promise you 15% off, and you're welcome, okay? You can go to our group, World of NeuroGraphica, or this page. Look for it and you will find a list of courses that we have. If you can't find the list of courses, again, PM me, I'll be happy to answer any question, give you that whole list, explain to you everything and how everything works within our group. And we welcome you. We're very glad to see you here. I'm very happy to see you. I'm glad you attended this live session. Let me go, since I had a second. I want to see if there's any questions. I have any comments on Facebook since I had the presentation wasn't open. Let me see. Okay. Okay. If you have any questions, you are welcome to PM me, or you can write your questions under this video in the comments. I will be very happy to answer. Just want to let you know, I don't visit Facebook as often, maybe once a day, okay? So it may take longer. If you PM me and your question is urgent, remember, only 24 hours to get the discount. So if you want something, important and specific, please PM me and you will get a faster reaction from me. Wishing you a wonderful, beautiful summer Sunday day ahead. I'm saying goodbye, and maybe I will say see you soon. See you next Sunday at the basics course. Goodbye.